This is my tribute speech for Communications 111. In the game, we don't have any stars. If you want to see stars, look to the sky. This is a quote by Beto Elizalde, who I'm giving my tribute speech on today. Many of you probably have a mentor in your life or someone who comes to mind when you are asked who that person is. For many people in our community, this person is Beto Elizalde. This year, I decided to play soccer. At the first meeting the coaches asked if anybody played goalie. Out of 40 some odd girls that were there, nobody raised their hands. I told the coach, very hesitantly, that I would be open to trying the position if they couldn't find anybody else. About 2 months later, they still didn't have anyone to play the position, and they asked me to give it a shot. Beto came to the practice that day and began to train me from the start. Even though I wasn't very good yet, he began training me mentally as well as by encouraging me to keep with it. After this day, Beto continued to help me practice. He would come to my regular soccer practices and he also invited me to come along to Sunday morning practices. When I first began to go to the morning practices, I began to realize how much Beto does for our community. At the first practice, there were about 12 kids there of all different ages. This is at 7 o'clock in the morning, and all of these kids there were very excited. This is a feat in itself to see so many kids so happy to be doing something together. Most kids at 7 o'clock in the morning don't even want to get out of bed, but Beto comes to practice with a positive, determined attitude and takes time to encourage all of the kids individually and help them with their skills. All of the kids that I've seen come away from working with Beto that actually take the time to listen to what he has to say and come away with a very strong work ethic, but an even stronger character. Beto really cares about these kids he works with and wants them to do well in school as well as on the field, and he doesn't want them to get into trouble. He believes in discipline, but also having fun. One player, Morgan Bangs, that Beto helped as well, said that Beto gave me confidence and improved my skill level. He showed me a lot of things that I never known about, and I like practices because we would be having fun and at the same time learning new things. He was also a great coach towards kids and to me. His practices are fun, but he also takes them very seriously. At the practices, when kids mess up, Beto keeps a positive attitude and always encourages them to keep going. If something doesn't work, he goes on and finds another solution. He emphasizes the importance of working together. In his own life, his family works as a team, and he works as a team at his workplace as well. Whatever he does with full determination, not half-heartedly. The skills you learn on the field, he says, can be applied in life, and that may even be more important than the game. I've seen many of the kids play in younger leagues as well. The kids that Beto has worked with seem to try the hardest during the game. You can tell they love what they are doing. They pass to their teammates and they do not try to be the stars. They try to set up their teammates for good plays and have good sportsmanship throughout, whether or not they win or lose. The teams that have kids that work this way, passing on his encouragement through sportsmanship, tend to do the best during the game. Because these kids realize that they don't have to be the best, that they need to be determined to be the best for their team. Beto does not have to do this for kids. He has a family, a wife, and 2 kids of his own, Julian and Diego. Plus, he has a job at Pacific Tire. His hours fluctuate, but most days he either works from 5 o'clock a.m. to 5:30 p.m. or from 5 o'clock a.m. to 11 o'clock p.m. Even with his busy schedule, he still finds the time to mentor many kids. In the league, there are probably more than 20 teams that play each other. And every year during the season and during the off-season, Beto coaches a team and runs a practice for kids who aren't on his team. When asked, he said he's been doing this for 11 or 12 years, and his family is very supportive of it. One of my questions for him was why, and how did you get your start? Why do you do this for so many kids when you could only do it for your own kids, or not at all? Or just focus on other things completely? His answer was that he started playing when he grew up in Mexico. His brother played a field position and told Beto to play goalie. He was partially self-taught out of necessity, and growing up he never had a mentor that helped him along. In high school, he had coaches that were very helpful, but never anyone that really took the time like he does now. When his oldest son, Julian, was around 4 years old, that's when he started to really help kids. He remembers one day very distinctly. He was helping out, and after the practice, another adult recognized what a good coach he was. And some told him, "You should be paid for doing this." That made him feel very happy. But what really made him want to keep doing it were the kids. Soon after, a little boy he didn't know came up and gave him a high five, and then a little girl came up and gave him a big hug. And being recognized like that and having kids feel so encouraged by him was a feeling he never wanted to lose. He does this because he loves helping people and seeing players grow to their full potential. He is not paid for this with money, but by the fact that he gets to do something good in this world. Beto is a very important part of our community. He helps keep the soccer program going, from encouraging kids in their skills to attending games whenever he can. He provides discipline and teaches kids to have a strong work ethic while having fun doing what they enjoy at the same time. Without him, many kids would not know how to work as a team, and they would not be spreading that same encouragement to others. As a world, we need to work together and to work hard. We need more people like him to teach people that. Just by the short interview I had with Beto tells us a lot about his character. The quote, "In the game, we don't have any stars. If you want to see stars, look to the sky." It's a verbal reminder of how we should all want to live, not for ourselves, but for others, but at the same time always working hard in everything we do. I want to implement this outlook into everything I do because it will help me to be a better person, put others first, and to improve myself at the same time. I chose Beto because I want everyone to not just recognize what an amazing person he has been for our community, but to look at their own lives and examine how they could encourage others in small positive ways, or how by doing something small like coaching can really make a difference. And just to conclude my speech, I have a few photos of him. This is him with a team of his, a younger league, and these are his sons, Julian and Diego. And this is him with my coach, John Allen. And yes, thank you for coming.